Hello, everyone. This is your Speakers Bank podcast team, Ferdinand, Carlo, and my name is Thomas. Our guest today is one of our speakers, Rohan Mullin. In this series of podcasts, we will tackle specific parts of Rohan's life as it is reflected in his book. Today, in our fifth podcast episode, we are going to focus on his life and lived experience based on Rohan's book. In this episode, we will talk about chapter 9 and 10 that focus on accepting disability, fear of dying alone, and what we have learned from this. Hello, Rohan. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are we all?
Good to see you in a good shape again, as always.
So to get started, in regards to accepting having a disability, that was a huge thing for me to accept that I've actually got a disability. And by accepting, what I mean was accepting that I needed help. And by needing help, it helped meant getting more physios and support workers around me to help to improve me. So I basically, what I did, I refocused my life because my journey of my stroke, now it's been over 8 years. It's been a long journey. So I've gone off the path a few times. I've made pretty much every mistake you can make. So now I've had to get back on the path, allow people into my life, create a great team around me, and that helped me to get back on my feet physically and mentally and emotionally, and keep fighting every day. So, and in regards to the fear of dying alone, the biggest problem with having a disability was because I got divorced from my wife. I focused a fair bit on social network like Facebook and Instagram. And on those two, social media is wonderful in a certain degree, but it also hurt me a lot in that I met a lot of people online that I thought were real, but were actually fake. And they were basically just catfish that were fishing to find people like me with, a vulnerability, and that would basically try, and I got scammed out of a lot of money over my journey, which is an extremely embarrassing thing to say, but it's true. So when that came from the fear of not having anyone in my life as in an intimate partner.
Mm-hmm. So would you say that there was kind of fear of loneliness?
It was like the amount of times that I've had to keep going back into hospital, and I'll be in an emergency by myself. I'm very fortunate that my sister and my brother-in-law would often come and visit me. But before, having a disability is a very, very lonely journey if you don't have a partner with you. Mm-hmm. So that's probably the biggest challenge. And I think anybody in life, whether you've got a disability or not, anyone wants to have a soulmate, a life partner with them. So having a disability doesn't change that. What it does do is it makes it harder to find that person that is acceptance of your disability.
It's also harder to go out to look for some social support, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because you're stuck at home.
And you're also as a person with a disability, you're very insecure in yourself. You're insecure in putting yourself out there to try to meet new people or new women, for example, because you're concerned that, well, how will they think if they see me that my arm doesn't work or that I don't walk quite right? So, but I've actually learned over the past couple of years since getting out there and trying to date a little bit. It's actually been a really great experience. So meeting new people and a lot of new women along the way. So for me, it's been good. But social media is probably one of the biggest learning curves. Like dealing with what you think are, because I'm essentially an honest person, you expect that the people online are the same, but clearly they're not. There are that many people out there that are just trying to scam the internet for money and everything like that, and they target older, vulnerable people. So it's a very scary world out there. You've got to be very careful. So I warn anyone who gets on social media that they have to never, ever give you personal details, and never, ever give money.
Yeah. So that's good. So that's one of those learnings that you had.
Exactly. Well, so let's summarize over my 8-year journey of what I've learned. So basically, what I have learned about myself is that from my experience, and not just myself, but I think basically if you've got a good network of medical people around you, and don't believe everybody, do your own research, find out information on what challenges you have physically and mentally, and then go out and find those people that fit into your group. Like, I only allow positive people around me. Anyone with a negative attitude, or I don't know if you can, I don't let those people into my attitude. Like, there are words in my learning I don't use. I never use the word try, because the word try to me is that you're not 100% committed to the task. Like, when I do physio or gym, I will say to them, okay, what are we doing today? And when I first meet a physio, they say, all right, today we're going to try sit to stands, where you're going to get up from a lower height, for example. And they'll say try. I say, no, we don't use that word. I said, you tell me what you want me to do. I'm going to do it. I may not do it very well, but I'm going to do it. So, and again, it's just a mindset. I think the hardest part in people's lives is that a lot of people have a negative mindset on what they pigeonhole themselves on. Well, I've worked in this job for 10 years now. I'm too old to change a different job. We don't like being taken outside our comfort zone. It's called comfort zone for a reason. Like, I go to physio and gym 3 days a week, and it's painful and I hate it. But to be fair, I actually love it as well, because they take me outside my comfort zone. And afterwards, the bar would be here, but afterwards the bar has just raised just a little bit higher and higher and higher. So I've learned over my journey that get good people around you and be patient, and just wake up every day and work on improving yourself. If you can improve yourself 1% every day, you do that every day over a long journey. Imagine how much improvement you can make. And the other point is that nobody ever gets to tell you when you get to stop. So, like, I'm 49 now, and I know that after I have surgery for my arm and I get that going, I'm going to then take the next step, and I'll just keep improving myself physically and spiritually and emotionally every day. And I think there's no reason why any person can't do that. Any person who can get out of bed and dress himself and can walk, there's nothing you can't achieve. So I've met so many wonderful people along my journey that I've learned. I guess it's like anything in life. We all meet wonderful people, and you take little bits and pieces from every single one of them. So if anyone could take something from me, is that there is hope out there. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. But you have to be willing to go towards that light. You have to work towards it. If you sit in one place for too long, you're going to get stagnant. It's like water that sits in one spot too long. It gets stagnant and it smells. We have to be like water and keep moving. So in life, you've got to keep moving all the time.
Rohan, what would you say to somebody, let's say, if you meet someone who just become disabled recently, what would you say? What advice would you give to this person who is still in the process of accepting disability and it's still in process of dealing with it? I
think one of the key parts is be patient. the thing about having a disability is it's a long journey, and the whole idea is to enjoy the journey. One of my favourite sayings in life is that it's a Buddhist saying that it's don't look at the reward at the end of the journey. Look at the journey as the reward. So every day when you're doing your physiotherapy or your occupational therapy or any part of rehab, enjoy that time. Have jokes with your physios and enjoy what you're doing, because if you're gonna be there hours on hours on hours, you might as well enjoy the journey while you're doing it. Like I do, for example, I do gym 3 days a week. In that 3 days a week, I do a thing called sit to stands, which is just basically getting up from a seat, sitting up and standing up, so I can stand on both legs. Now I've been doing that now for 8 years, and I reckon I've probably done about 1 million of them. And yet every day when I do it, it's something. It feels like it's something new for me, because it's just repetition and repetition and learning and learning and learning. So there's a lot of repetition in relearning things, but that's part of the joy of life as well.
I really liked what you said about the journey, to focus on the journey. I think this is a really great summary.
Yeah. So thank you so much for that, Rohan. So based on what we have discussed today, just to summarize it all, we've learned today that we must enjoy the journey.
Exactly.
And how to not give up, have hope, and we must celebrate every inch of progress, because even 1% of progress is still a progress.
Exactly.
So that's good, Rohan. Thank you so much for that. And this will be the last part of our podcast.
And just to add more, I think having a great support network, great friends, family. And also reaching out to the it's not really bad to reach out with those people who like a professional ones. So always ask people and reach out with everyone, so that they could contribute to your journey as well.
Yeah, and again, thank you so much, Rohan, for sharing your life experiences with us. So this whole podcast will be covering every episodes of Rohan's book. So we're so lucky that Rohan gave us his time and share his life experiences with us. So we're so excited, Rohan, for your book to come, and we want to thank everyone for watching us, and to subscribe to our channel, and to
and also subscribe to Rohan's Instagram if you want to follow.
This is my sportswear brand, Mullin Custom Sports.
Yeah, and so those Rohan Instagram account for his brand. Yep.
Sports brand. Yep. So again, we would like to thank everyone who are watching this podcast. On behalf of the Speakers Bank, thank you very much for sharing your insights, Rohan, again, for motivating us to be in a healthy mental state during this period. And thank you for this opportunity for that you let us interview you through this podcast. And if you guys have any suggestion, you could contact us on 0396877066 or visit us at speakersbanks.org.au. This is John, Ferdinand, and Tom saying once again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Speakers Bank, and to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So have a great day ahead, guys, and please don't forget to follow Rohan in Instagram and Speakers Bank as well. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.